Hello everyone, welcome to the new topic. Basically, this is related to the cells. What are the cells and what we can do with the cells, right? In Excel, basically. So we have already covered columns and the rows in the previous videos. So this is going to be about the cells, right? So let's begin this video. Okay, guys. So let me just move to the sheet basically, which we have created, where we'll be working on the cells. No. So what are the cells basically? We need to understand that. I have some data here. So I have just, written a sample data so that it will be easier for you to understand what are the cells. So cells are, let me just type this, definition of the cells. Cells are basically a point where a column and a row get intersected, right guys? Cell is a point, basically not cell, basically it will be cell. Cell a point where a column and a row get intersected, right? Let me show it to you. You know what are the cells basically? So this is your worksheet, right? So basically, worksheet is made up of multiple cells, right? Like many cells. Like cells are the small boxes in the your work area where you work in Excel. No, so the cells are your boxes, little boxes where you put your data, where you enter your data, or anything, whatever it could be, anything actually where you work. Those are called cells. And cells are basically, and cells are known by their addresses, by their name. Each cell has their own name, guys. Each and every cell you see in Excel, no, is has its own unique name. They are known by their names, right? So let me just show it to you how. So these all are cells in a worksheet. And what is the address of this particular cell? So suppose, because these are known by the columns and the rows, right? As we have just written here, so they are known by their columns and the rows, where your that particular column and the row is getting intersected. So suppose we have clicked in the column L, and what is the number of this row? It's 13, right? So what is the address of this particular cell? Because it's in L and row number 13, so the address of this particular cell becomes L13, not becomes, basically is. The address of this particular cell is L13. The same you can see in the name box, right? Similarly, if you click here, suppose what happens? So this is column C, and this particular column is getting intersected here at row number 11. So this particular cell becomes C11, right? This becomes C11, right, guys? So this the same address you can see in the name box. So this is your cell basically. So cells are basically little boxes where you do your work in Excel. All the data is stored in the cells, right? So basically, worksheet is made up of many cells. So there are how many cells in the Excel? Then the if you go and try to count the number of cells in Excel sheet, what will happen? Actually, it's a huge. It's around 700 billion. The total number of cells which are available in a worksheet, single worksheet, guys. It's a huge amount actually. It's a huge. It is as huge which cannot be counted easily, right? So these all are cells, right? What is next in cell? So suppose if you want to insert a cell, right? In our previous video, we have worked with the columns and rows. We have just inserted the entire column or entire row. But in this particular video, we will see how you can insert a cell or insert a cell. So how we can just see how we can just insert a cell, right? So as I have already, told you guys about the insertion and the deletion, right? If you want to delete a particular column or a row, the same way you can also delete a particular cell or the cell. You can either delete or either you can insert, right? So you can just do both of the things, whichever you require to do. So suppose you want to insert a new cell between this data here at this central point after the truck. What will happen actually when you insert a new cell? No, whether it will get inserted on the top, whether it will get inserted on the right side, the left side basically. So the selection which you made, no. So if you inserted, so this will what will happen actually. So as I told you earlier also, Excel doesn't insert or delete any particular cell or column or row, right? It just shifts the cell or the data, right? It just shifts the data, right? Okay, suppose if you want a new cell here at this point basically. So what you can do, it's a very simple thing. Just right click and click on this insert button. I hope you can see this insert button. Right click from your mouse, click on this insert, you'll get some option. Now what do you want to? You get a new dialog box. The name of the dialog box is insert. So what do you want to do? Shift cells right. What will happen actually when you click on this option, no, and click OK, what will happen actually? Excel will shift this particular side, the truck cell basically to the right side and HUD to the right side basically. So Excel will shift all these rows, the data of all these rows to the right side column, right? Let's try doing that. So suppose let me just do some marking so that it is easier for you guys to understand. Okay, okay, where is it? It's here. Okay. So see what are doing? We are going to select this particular example, right? So we are going to select this example basically. Cells, shift cells right, right? What will happen actually? The Excel will shift this cell here, these all cells here actually, right? Let's try doing that. Okay, let me just click on this OK button. See what has just happened. Excel has shifted the cells to the right side, right? Let's try one more example. So suppose if you want to insert it, right click and click on the insert button. Now, if you click on this cells, shift cells down, what will happen actually? So Excel will shift these two cells, basically ship and train to the right, to the down. Let's try doing that. Shift cells down. We are going to select this option. Let me just remove the rank first. Oh, these are not required, I think now. Okay, we have done that. So now what we are going to do, we are going to insert the cells downward. So basically, right click, click on the insert and shift cells down. See what happens. See. So we have inserted two cells between this data, middle of this data basically. Here we shifted to the right and here we shifted to the down. So this is how you can insert the cell with the help of the mouse. Now what is the next way to insert? Suppose if you want to insert cell with another way, so you just need to click on the home tab and you need to come here under the cells group under the insert section, click here and click on the insert cells. So it will give you the same option, the same dialog box. Shift cells to the right. What will happen if you click once again? What will happen? What will happen actually? Excel will shift the text, so the sorry content to the right side, and it will create a blank cell. Right. Suppose if you go here and click insert cells and click on this shift cell down, the Excel will shift the content of the you know cells which are below the inserted cells to the down side. This is how you can insert the cell. Suppose you want to delete the cell. See. So what you need to do, just right click and click on the delete. Excel will ask you whether you want to shift the cells to the left. What will happen actually? So once you delete the cell, these two truck and HUD will come here actually. Truck will come in this particular cell and the HUD will come in this I column, right? So let's try doing it. Click on this shift cell left, right? We are just clicking on it. Click on OK, see what happens, right? Suppose if you want to bring this data up, you don't need to just do it manually. Right click on the delete and now select this option, shift cells up, right? Click this second option, shift cells up. What will happen actually? The ship will come here, sorry, here, and the train will come in this box, right? Sorry, we are deleting this, no. So this will come one step further up, see? If you click again, click another option is to home tab, cells group, delete option, click on delete cells, shift cells up, see what is happening. It has come at its original location. Now come again here, home tab, cells group, delete, insert cells, shift cells left, your data becomes the same as it was before. So this is how you can insert the cells, you can delete the cells. You just need to keep this in mind that each cell has its own address. They are known by its address, you know. One more thing, let me just tell you, it is also sometimes becomes important for you, may become important for you. Suppose if you want to go to any particular cell, if you're working in a larger data set, or if you want to go to any particular cell which is lying at a distance, a long distance, how will you go there? So what you can do, suppose if you want to come to this particular cell, so this is F, this particular cell is F, apple is lying in the F10, right? Suppose if you want to come, bring your cursor here, bring your pointer here, cursor here, basically Excel pointer. So what, and your active cell is this, but you want to bring it here, you want to select this, what you need to do, just come in the name box, type the F10, F and 10, press the enter, your mouse cursor, your Excel pointer will come to that place, whichever you will put in the name box. Basically, this also works in like say go to function. If you want to go somewhere, no. So suppose if you want to bring cursor in the C11, so what you need to just put the C11, hit the enter, your cursor will come here. Then you can perform any type of task here. So if you want to color change the color, you can whatever you want to do, you can do that, right? So this is how you can just move around, play around with the cell, right, guys? So, okay, I think we have understood the topic. So now catch you up in the next video with some other topic. Okay, bye bye, guys.